Hello all and y'all, welcome to Riddle and Dig. My name is Stephen Weaven. Thanks for joining. Today's episode is called What is Travel? I hope you like it. What is travel? Be a tourist, be a traveler, experience anything. Plan each day or freewheel it. Museums are cool, so are mountains. Take photos or don't. Journal. Talk to locals. Eat fresh food. Don't ask what's in your dish. Meat can mean different things in different places. There may not be silver or plasticware. Drink water. Drink bottled water. Not sorry. Dysentery is real, folks, not just from the Oregon Trail computer game. Dehydration in its many forms can take you down several pegs, but you'll have a story to tell. Make sure you know vaccine requirements of your destination. I didn't and was removed from a plane and given papers authorizing, read mandating, me to leave the airport. If you're in college, study abroad. You'll do the same thing you do at your home university, but in another country. It probably won't be nearly as rigorous, and you may meet a girl you'd still love to be in love with and have sex on the beach at night. There will be food. You'll yearn for home until it's almost over, and then you'll wish you had more time. Take a train around the U.S. It may be slow. If so, you're in luck. You've been given the gift of time. Sit upright for 3 weeks rather than reserve a sleeper cabin. It's cheaper, and you won't sleep much, but you'll sure hear some epic snoring. I ate Snickers bars at every hour of the day on that train ride, and they haven't tasted as good since. Ride buses in your hometown. You'll be in traffic either way if you drive or take the bus. Ride a bus long distance. See the desert. I met newly released inmates. There are some desolate bus stops out there. That is, until you visit. Then that bus stop is lucky to be populated by a beautiful soul who might one day speak of the cigarette she smoked at 3 a.m. while her boyfriend slept and the bus driver evicted a passenger and their belongings after repeatedly harassing other riders. If any of this does not sound romantic or ideal, you're right. There are a range of experiences that can be had anywhere while life is on full display on the road. There is no way to predict what will happen to you. I hope you can get some and tell me about it so I can pretend to understand. Then we'll swap stories and both feel richer because of it and motivated to create the next memory. Stay at a rustic Costa Rican hostel. Wash dishes for someone 20 years your junior. Communities work by doing a little more than your part. The hostel may be dirty, but you might be due for a little dirt. The staff will be generous and insist on pura vida, just like everyone else you'll meet. You'll get it. Or sleep in a 5-star hotel and resort. I haven't. They look all right, but you can tell me about it when you do.
Κυρίες και κύριοι, θα χαμηλώσουμε τα φώτα της καμπίνας για την απογείωση σε περίπτωση που επιθυμείτε μπορείτε να χρησιμοποιήσετε τον τοπικό συνδεσμό.
Take an airline based in another country and hope they make announcements in a language you don't know well or at all. I bet you can figure out what they're saying. In Greece, the passengers cheered and yelled, "Opa!" when our plane landed in Thessaloniki. Maybe they cheer every time the plane lands, or maybe they cheered because we had lost a wing or a pilot died, and I was the dope who didn't stress or cheer, and everything was fine to me all along because I didn't speak the language. Go on a safari. See big animals. I've always had nightmares about ostrich from a childhood encounter when they approached the car and stuck their necks inside. I have more nightmares about the ostriches I saw in Kenya. There was one male who was 9 feet tall, surrounded by 20 females, all 6 feet tall, moving in a direct yet erratic and chaotic manner. They cut across the road in front of our safari vehicle, the Ramshackle, and I was the dope who didn't stress or cheer, and everything was fine to me all along because I didn't speak the language. Go on a safari. See big animals. I've always had nightmares about ostrich from a childhood encounter when they approached the car and stuck their necks inside. There was one male who was 9 feet tall, surrounded by 20 females, all 6 feet tall, moving in a direct yet erratic and chaotic manner. They cut across the road in front of our safari vehicle, the Ramshackle, without a care about us, or maybe in spite of us. Dinosaurs' ancestors don't give a about us. Go to the equator. Looking at the equator in person isn't whelming or overwhelming. Sorry to break it to you, but there isn't a physical line there. That's only on maps. A local may approach you to sell you the following experience, which you should pay for because you would have just walked the line without much fanfare or straddled it so your body exists in both hemispheres simultaneously. You can still do that. If no one is there to show you this special phenomenon, here are instructions on how to witness the Coriolis effect's effect on water. Cut the bottom off of a gallon water jug to use as a funnel. Pour water from one bucket into another through the funnel. 20 paces north of the equator, and you can see the water spin in one direction as it funnels. 20 paces south of the equator, the water funnels the opposite direction. When you stand directly on the equator, see, I told you could still do that. You pour the water through the funnel and it doesn't spin at all. It's a trip to see. Side note, I'm not a doctor, but I think when you cross the equator, your blood starts pumping in the opposite direction, so be careful. Why wouldn't it? There's a lot of water in our bodies, right? But try it and let me know how it goes. Sleep in an airport. Now, don't try to sleep in an airport, but accept circumstances that lead to sleeping in an airport or attempt to sleep. It's a lesson in, if you're tired, you'll sleep. Many airports are not hustle and bustle 24/7. There are various last calls and services non-existent, as are staff for most of the wee hours. It is an unceremonious side of life seen by few. Pull yourself up a nice spot of floor, preferably carpet. You'll know you're in the throes of this activity when the floor cleaning staff see you and leave you be, working around you, silently begrudgingly acknowledging your semi-permanence for the evening. Your night may not be long, but could feel like an eternity. Of course, I've had plenty of good experiences where travel went well, and I remember those moments fondly. There's lunch in a winemaker's house in Tuscany on my 40th birthday. Close encounters with gigantic moose, bears, and eagles in Alaska. Also in Alaska, circling Mount McKinley in a biplane wearing an oxygen mask. I've had plenty of glorious experiences too, but the unforeseen circumstances seem to shine a little bit brighter in my memories. The unexpected rise to the surface, the wild, the unbelievable, the inconceivable. Sharing food with new friends, eating with your hands, not knowing what you're eating. There's beaches, mountains, rivers, restaurants, shops, shows, churches, disaster relief. Whatever you're into, it's great. Just go do it. Without making a plan, you wouldn't know what is unusual and ends up filling your heart notebook in memories as plans develop and change, creating new memories. Or don't travel. Rationalize against it. There's bills, time constraints, responsibilities. We'll go next year. We'll find a better deal, you'll say. There are TV shows to stream, junk emails to delete, and self-pity to wallow in. Maybe you're like me. For years, I wasn't able to pull the trigger on travel. I'd do the research, get really excited, add the trip to the cart, and back out when it came time to enter payment. I didn't want to go alone. The internal critic was strong in my head. Why would I go to X location? I'd be such a loser for traveling alone. Would I even enjoy myself? I'll just have fun at home. I didn't want to spend the money or use my PTO, how precious. I'll be productive at home, save money, and keep planning. Now, I'm not saying spend a fortune, but travel costs what it costs. So screw it. Take trips, have fun, eat fruit, smell the beach, dodge monkey pee in the Amazon, swat at mosquitoes, navigate subways in other languages. Enjoy your breath. Get some, folks. I will. What I described here could be your life, friends, but please go make your own.